Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real today. We live in a world where everybody wants things quick. Fast food, fast money, fast love. But let me break it down for you. If a man does this one thing, waits for you, it means he's not playing around. See, patience in a man is one of the loudest love languages you'll ever see. When a man is truly waiting for you, the very first thing you will notice is patience instead of pressure. That one word, patience, speaks volumes about who he is and what he feels for you. See, when a man is only interested in himself, he will push, he will demand, he will try to rush the process because it's about what he wants and when he wants it. But when a man is genuinely into you, when he knows you're worth something more than a quick moment, he shifts gears. He slows down. He's willing to let the relationship unfold at your pace, not his. That is patience. And patience is one of the clearest signs that he is waiting on you. Now, here's the truth. Patience isn't easy for men. Men are wired to chase, to pursue, to get results. We're hunters by nature. But when you come across a man who's willing to put that instinct to the side and meet you where you are, that's not just attraction, that's respect. He's saying with his actions, I value you enough to let you move how you need to move. And when a man does that, he's telling you without words that you're worth the wait. That's not pressure, that's devotion. Think about it like this. Pressure is about him, patience is about you. Pressure says, I want you to hurry up and give me what I want. Patience says, I want to see you comfortable. I want to see you ready. I want to see you happy. There's a big difference between those two energies, and women know the difference. You can feel it. A man who pressures you leaves you drained, leaves you questioning, leaves you second guessing yourself. But a man who is patient leaves you with peace. He doesn't make you feel rushed. He doesn't make you feel cornered. He makes you feel secure because you know he's not going anywhere. That patience shows up in the little things. Maybe he's consistent in his calls and texts, but he doesn't complain if you can't always respond right away. Maybe he offers to spend time with you, but he doesn't get upset if you need space or you're not ready for something deeper yet. He doesn't guilt you. He doesn't throw attitude. He doesn't make it about his ego. Instead, he lets the bond grow naturally. That's how you know he's not in this just to conquer. He's in this to connect. And here's another thing. When a man waits, he's not sitting idle. He's still making an effort. He's still showing up, but he's not rushing your pace. He's building something real, brick by brick, because he knows a foundation that's rushed will eventually crack. He wants it to last. So while he waits, he's preparing, he's proving, he's showing you that his intentions are real. That patience is not laziness, it's love with discipline. When a man can show patience, it also means he trusts himself. He knows what he has to offer, and he doesn't feel the need to rush you into recognizing it. He believes that in time, you'll see who he really is. That's confidence, not desperation. And that confidence shows you that he's not here for a short-term thrill. He's here because he sees a future. Women often ask, how do I know if he's serious? Watch his patience. Because a man who is serious will never make you feel like you're running out of time. He won't give you ultimatums. He won't try to trap you into making choices you're not ready for. He'll give you space, and in that space, he'll show you stability. And that is the most reassuring thing you can feel from a man. Patience is a man's way of saying, I'm willing to wait until you're ready, because the value I see in you is greater than the inconvenience of waiting. That's not just romance. That's maturity. That's a man showing you that he's ready for more than a moment. He's ready for the journey. When a man is really waiting for you, you'll notice something powerful. He makes room in his life for you without demanding that you rush into filling that space. That right there is a major difference between a man who's just curious about you and a man who's actually serious about you. A lot of men can talk about how they want somebody, but watch closely and you'll see the truth in how they rearrange their life. If a man only talks, but nothing in his lifestyle shifts, then he's just entertaining the idea of you. But when he starts clearing out distractions, adjusting his priorities, and opening up his world so there's space for you to fit, that's when you know he's making a move that's deeper than words. Now, here's the key part. He's not demanding you to rush into that space. He's not saying, okay, I cleared out my schedule, now you owe me your time. He's not saying, I made room, so you better show up now. That's not how a man who's serious about you operates. Instead, he prepares the space and waits for you to walk into it on your own timing. That's a man showing patience and foresight. That's a man showing you he wants you, but he wants you in a way that respects where you're at. Think about it. Making room for someone isn't just about time on the clock. It's about energy. It's about effort. It's about attention. A man who is waiting for you starts to cut back on things that don't matter as much. Maybe he stops entertaining other women because he's got his eye on you. Maybe he changes his habits, starts being more intentional, makes himself more available for quality moments. He's not doing this because he's desperate. He's doing it because he wants to signal, I've got space for you in my life whenever you're ready to step into it. And the beauty of it is that he doesn't push. He doesn't make you feel guilty if you're not ready. He doesn't make you feel like you're holding him back. He simply continues to live his life, but in that life, you'll notice he's already factored you in. He plans ahead in a way that leaves room for you. He talks about future goals in a way that leaves space for you. He makes adjustments in his schedule that leave time for you. But if you can't take it right away, he doesn't throw it in your face. That is respect. That is patience. And that is a man who is waiting for you. Now, let's be honest. Anybody can say, I'll wait. But real waiting shows up in action, not just promises. If a man says he's waiting but still lives like he doesn't care whether you're in his life or not, then his words are empty. But if he starts making real life changes, if he's showing you through consistent actions that he's carving out space, then you've got evidence. Men don't make space lightly. A man values his time, his energy, his freedom. If he's shifting those things around, that's because he sees you as someone worth building around. Here's another layer. A man who makes room without rushing you is actually showing discipline. Because it's easy for a man to get frustrated, to say, why isn't this happening faster? But if he holds back, if he lets you grow into the connection at your pace, that shows self-control. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's a man who knows the difference between chasing a moment and building something real. It also shows confidence. He's not afraid that giving you time will make you slip away. He trusts that the space he made will be inviting enough when you're ready. That's powerful, because a man who's insecure will try to rush you, fearing that if you take too long, you'll lose interest. But a man who's confident knows that what he's offering is valuable enough that you'll notice it in your own time. So when you see a man adjusting his life, clearing out distractions, and preparing a space that he never pressures you to fill, pay attention. That's not an accident. That's intentional. That's him saying, I've made room for you and I'll wait until you're ready to step in. That's not just interest, that's investment. That's the real sign that a man is waiting for you. When a man is waiting for you, one of the strongest signs you'll ever notice is his consistency. Consistency is what separates a man who's just here for a season from a man who's here for the future. Anybody can show up big in the beginning. Anybody can text you nonstop for the first few weeks, buy flowers, make you feel like you're the only one in the world, and then slowly fade out when the thrill is gone. That's not consistency. That's performance. A man who's serious about you doesn't just perform, he persists. His actions match his words, not just today, not just this month, but day in and day out, through the highs and lows. Consistency is how a man proves to you that he's not just caught up in the excitement, he's invested in the outcome. When he calls, when he says he's going to call, when he shows up, when he says he's going to show up, when his energy toward you doesn't switch depending on what mood he's in, that's when you know this man isn't here for the moment. He's building trust with every repeated action. He's saying, I want you to know that I can be counted on. And let's be real. Trust doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from steady habits. Think about it this way. If a man only shines when it's convenient, that's not love. That's entertainment. But when he's still there when it's not easy, when life is busy, when things aren't perfect, when the excitement has worn off, that's consistency. That's a man who's proving that he's not chasing a quick thrill, he's building something real. A man who is consistent also understands that love is about rhythm, not rush. He's not trying to impress you for a short time. He's trying to integrate you into his life for a long time. So he doesn't just pop up when it's good for him. He weaves you into his routine. He checks in not because he has to, but because you matter. He makes sure you feel secure, not just once, but continually, because he knows real love isn't about saying it once. It's about showing it over and over until there's no doubt left. And here's what's powerful about consistency. It reveals a man's character, because anybody can fake it short term, but nobody can fake it forever. If a man is consistent, it's because that's who he really is. If he says he cares about you, you'll see it in his everyday actions. If he says he wants a future, he'll behave in a way that matches those words. If he says he values you, you won't have to guess, because you'll see it reflected repeatedly. His consistency eliminates confusion. Now, consistency doesn't mean perfection. No man is perfect and no relationship will run smoothly all the time. But what consistency does mean is that even when things get tough, he still shows up. Maybe he makes mistakes, maybe he stumbles, but he doesn't disappear. He doesn't suddenly change into someone unrecognizable. He stays aligned with what he promised you. That's how you know he's looking toward the future, because the future isn't built on perfection, it's built on reliability. A man who is consistent is saying, I'm not here to play games, I'm here to prove myself. He doesn't just say he'll be patient. He demonstrates it day after day. He doesn't just promise he'll be supportive. He shows up in the moments when you need it most. He doesn't just claim he's waiting for you. He lives in a way that proves he's steady enough to do so. That's the kind of man who's showing you he's not here just to enjoy a moment. He's here to stand beside you in the long run. So if you ever wonder whether a man is waiting for you, don't just listen to his words. Watch his consistency, because consistency doesn't lie. It's the clearest signal you'll ever get that his heart isn't set on temporary excitement. It's invested in building a lasting future with you. When a man is truly waiting for you, one of the most significant things he does is respect your time. And when I say respect, I don't mean he's just giving lip service to it. I mean, he shows you through his actions that he understands you have your own pace, your own rhythm, your own process. A man who respects your timing isn't trying to rush you into something you're not ready for. He's not pushing you for immediate answers, for commitments you're not prepared to make. He knows that love isn't a race, it's a journey, and it's one that requires patience, understanding, and mutual growth. Respecting your timing is a direct reflection of how much he values you. If a man truly sees long-term potential in you, he won't try to cut corners. He won't try to force things, because he knows that anything built too quickly doesn't have the strength to last. So he doesn't pressure you into decisions. He gives you the space to make them on your own time. He sees the bigger picture, and he understands that rushing through the small moments might destroy the beauty of what could be. Think about it. If a man is willing to respect your pace, it's a sign that he's not here for the immediate gratification of a quick relationship. He's here for the long haul. He knows that in order for love to truly grow, it must be nurtured with care and attention. And that doesn't happen when everything is rushed. So if he doesn't rush you into intimacy, into commitment, into promises, that's a huge sign that he's invested in you for the long term. He's looking ahead. He's thinking about the future, and he wants to build something solid and strong with you, not something that will fade in a few months because it was rushed. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new connection, especially when both people are feeling that spark. But a man who truly respects your timing knows that the spark isn't enough. The fire of real love comes from understanding, commitment, and patience. If he pushes you too hard too soon, then he's more focused on his own desires than he is on what's best for you both. But when a man sees the value in waiting for you, he shows that he's not interested in just a fleeting attraction. He's interested in something real, something that lasts, something that grows as both of you grow together. When a man respects your timing, he also trusts you. He trusts that you'll make decisions that are in both of your best interests. And he gives you the space to figure things out in your own time. He's not afraid that taking things slow means it won't work. He understands that trust is built over time. And if he's willing to give you the time you need, it's because he believes in the long-term value of what you both have. Now, here's another point. A man who respects your timing doesn't act like he's doing you a favor by waiting. He doesn't get upset if you need more time. He doesn't get passive aggressive or start to manipulate you into speeding up your process. Instead, he simply stays consistent, stays present, and continues showing you who he is. He understands that sometimes it takes time to know how you feel, and he's not afraid to let you come to those conclusions on your own. But let me tell you, respecting your timing isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. He's still actively involved. He's still showing up for you, still putting in the effort. It's just that he knows that your timeline doesn't need to be the same as his, and he's okay with that. That's maturity. That's knowing that love isn't a competition, it's a collaboration. If a man is truly waiting for you, he's not concerned about the timeline. He's more concerned with making sure that you're both on the same page when the time is right. He wants to be sure that when you're ready, when you make that choice, it's because you've reached that decision in your own heart, not because he's pressured you into it. He's willing to wait, but he's also willing to give you the freedom to choose. That's how you know his intentions are pure. He doesn't need to rush you because he knows that when it's right, you'll both be ready. So when a man respects your timing, it's because he sees long-term value in you. He's not here for a fleeting moment of passion. He's here for a lifetime. And that respect, that understanding of your pace is how you'll know that he's not just looking for a temporary connection. He's waiting for you because he sees the potential for something beautiful in the future. When a man is really waiting for you, you'll notice it in his actions because they start to reveal that he's preparing a space for you in his world. Words are easy. Anybody can say, I want you in my life. But actions, that's where the truth shows up. If a man is just talking, you'll see no change in the way he lives. But if he's preparing for you, you'll notice that little by little, he's making adjustments that show you he's serious about building something that includes you. Preparation shows in the way he organizes his time. If he used to fill every weekend with friends, hobbies, or just doing his own thing, now you'll see him leaving room for you. He's not asking you to rush in and take it all, but you can tell he's already set that space aside. He's creating an opening in his world for you to step into when you're ready. That's not a man just enjoying the moment. That's a man planning ahead. It shows in his conversations too. When a man is preparing space for you, he doesn't just talk about today, he talks about tomorrow. He starts to use we instead of me. He asks about your dreams, your goals, your plans, not because he's nosy, but because he's trying to figure out how you fit into the life he's building. He wants to align his vision with yours because he sees a future with you in it. His actions also show up in how he carries himself. Maybe he starts to clean up areas of his life that don't serve where he's going. If he's got habits or distractions that don't fit with building a stable relationship, you'll notice him cutting those off. He's not doing that just for himself. He's doing it because he knows that preparing a space for you means making sure it's healthy, steady, and ready to welcome you. And one of the clearest signs is how he introduces you to his world. He doesn't keep you in the shadows. He makes an effort to show you where he comes from, the people he values, the places that matter to him. He's opening the door saying, this is my world and I'm making space for you in it. That doesn't mean he's forcing you to fit in right away. It means he's laying the foundation so when you're ready, you'll know you belong. See, preparation is intentional. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's steady. It's a man quietly shifting his life so it can hold room for someone else. When his actions consistently point toward creating a space for you, that's your proof. He's not here for temporary fun. He's here to build a place where you can stand beside him. When a man is waiting for you, what he's really showing you is commitment, not just interest. See, interest is easy. A man can be interested in 100 things at once. He can be interested in you today and lose that interest tomorrow. Interest is short term, it's surface level, It's that spark you feel when something catches your attention. But commitment, that's a whole different ball game. Commitment is steady, it's deep, and it requires sacrifice. When a man is willing to wait for you, he's telling you that his feelings go beyond curiosity. He's willing to invest time, effort, and energy because he sees you as worth it. Anybody can show interest. That's why you see people texting you heavy for a week and then vanishing the next. That's why you meet folks who talk a good game but don't follow through. Interest burns hot, but it burns out fast. Commitment, though, is patient. Commitment doesn't just show up in the good moments. It sticks around in the quiet moments, the slow moments, the uncertain moments. So when a man chooses to wait, that's his commitment on display. He's saying, I'm not here just for the thrill. I'm here because I believe in something more. You'll notice this in how he handles time. A man who's only interested will try to speed things up, get what he wants quickly, and move on. But a man who's committed doesn't mind waiting because he's focused on the bigger picture. He's not worried about how long it takes. He's more concerned about building something that lasts. His willingness to wait becomes proof that he's invested in more than just what's convenient. Commitment also shows in the way he treats you during the wait. He doesn't make you feel guilty for not being ready. He doesn't try to manipulate you into moving faster. Instead, he respects your pace, stays consistent, and shows you that he's in it for the long haul. His actions line up with his words, and that alignment is what separates him from someone who's just interested. A man who is truly committed doesn't see waiting as a burden. He sees it as part of the process. He knows that anything worth having takes time. And if you're the one he wants, then the waiting is just another way of proving to you that he's serious. Commitment is not about convenience. It's about dedication. And when he waits, he's dedicating himself to the possibility of a future with you. So when you see a man willing to wait, don't take it lightly. That's not just interest. That's commitment. And commitment is the strongest sign that he's not just passing through your life. He's here to stay.